With all the money Disney has made from people of color, Disney still has yet to truly acknowledge black people with any dignified story or princess. The only film with a black princess was Disney's 49th film, The Princess and the Frog, which depicted a story about Tiana, a poor black Louisiana native girl whose mother worked for, or should I say was a servant to, a white, wealthy, prominent family who later even Tiana worked for. In the film, Tiana made a deal with a frog named Naveen, who was actually a cursed prince. The deal required Tiana to kiss him so his curse would be broken, making him a prince again, and then promising to give Tiana the money she needed to open her dream restaurant. Tiana kisses the frog only for the curse to turn her into a frog as well. Tiana and Naveen consult a black voodoo witch who advises them on how to break both their curses, and while pursuing their mission to break the curse, they fall in love, kiss again, and both become human again as prince and princess. Then Tiana gets to open her restaurant and lives happily ever after. Now let's call the story for what it really is. First, the Prince Naveen wasn't even a black man, he was French, which is why the character had a French accent and was played by an actual Frenchman. Notice in the film his race was purposely ambiguous. He had hair and features like a white man, yet his skin was brown. Naveen is a masculine Indian name which means in Sanskrit, new and young, as you can read in the screenshot of this post. Naveen is a popular name amongst Indian men in the media, politics, and high society, though Disney was the first known studio to create an animated character using this name. But why didn't they use a popular black man's name to use alongside of the first black Disney princess as a black love interest? And when you consider the history of slavery and the East Indian Company, who was a huge slave trader throughout India, the UK, China, the East Indies, and so on, it only adds more insult to injury that Disney would choose a name of Indian descent for the love interest of the first black female Disney princess. This actually isn't surprising and seems to be a trend with Hebrew Disney princesses. Just think of what story Disney chose for the first Native American Disney princess, Pocahontas, whose love interest was a white colonizer and enemy to the Native American people, committing mass genocide against them. Also, think about how Princess Tiana was being bribed to perform an intimate physical act for a reward, being money to open her restaurant. This was an age-old concept which started in the sharecropper days that followed slavery, in which white men would bribe young, vulnerable, adolescent black girls with gifts like a new pair of shoes or clothes, or even jewelry in exchange for sex and or sexual acts, coining terms we still use today like sugar daddy. And a lot of the times these gifts were not new at all. They were often used items from some white woman's closet. If this sounds familiar, it's because it is the same system the racist white power structure is still utilizing against black women today. Just turn on the TV or listen to black female rap artists and you'll see the same system being perpetrated today. Black women are being portrayed as whores, draping themselves in dollar bills and expensive clothes and jewelry as to say, yeah, I sold my body, but look what I got for it. It's insulting and demeaning, yet we have become so desensitized from seeing this over and over again that we don't even get mad anymore. And even worse, black women are now calling themselves bitch, trick, and hoe. So after making black audiences wait several decades before finally seeing a black Disney princess, Disney disrespectfully made Tiana a princess with a white male as her prince. As for my family, we do not support Disney. Instead, we wait to invest our dollars in characters and stories written and produced by our own people, which tell our stories with our people's history, pride, and culture in mind, as any respecting and self-sustaining black person should. All praises to the Most High and Kwam Yasharala.